Hey guys, Nate here and welcome back to another video. In today's video we'll be going over what's coming to Battlefield 2042 in Update 3.2. We'll be taking a look at the long-awaited class rework and the changes with the return of the class system. Also the Breakaway map rework, new weapons, new gadgets and much more. If you do enjoy the video, please consider subscribing, I really would appreciate it. Update 3.2 is set to release this week, probably on Tuesday or Thursday. The return of the class system is going to be a huge change to the Battlefield 2042 we know today. Classes have been in Battlefield games for a long time, and the shift into Specialists at launch was an interesting choice from a familiar gameplay that we're all used to. Specialists have now been put into 4 classes: Assault, Engineer, Recon and Support. A select few were able to play the latest builds of the update early and provide feedback. 2 notable feedback changes were the addition of weapon proficiencies, which are like added perks for using the weapons intended for that class. All weapons will still be available for each specialist, but encourages players to use the appropriate weapons for that specific class, but not have players restricted to them. It works as a recommendation on what works best for that class. With the specialists now moving into specific classes, it also improves the readability of other players and should now be easier to determine what you're about to come up against in an encounter. You will no longer be able to create a super soldier, as gadgets will now be restricted to classes so everyone has a role and purpose. Each class will now have a designated class equipment which they carry all the time, and a weapon proficiency. For the Assault class, we have Dozer, McKay, Sundance and Zane. The class gadget for the Assault is the Med Pen, which you can only use once and then you need to resupply gadget ammo before you can use it again. The Assault weapon proficiency will give you 3 extra magazines for all assault rifles. The class gadgets to choose from are C5, armor plates, claymores, and the smoke launcher. Armor plates are being watched carefully and will be more and more rare to come across, possibly being phased out after community feedback. The engineer class is Boris, Crawford, and Liz. Engineers will now carry a repair tool and have improved accuracy when crouched or prone with LMGs. The class gadgets are AT Mine, C5, EOD Bot, AA Launcher, Javelin, and the M5 Recoilless. You'll now need to play as Engineer if you want to use the M5. For the Recon class, we've got Casper, Pike, and Rao. Recon players will have immediate and constant steady scope with sniper rifles. The gadgets to choose from are C5, Claymore, Proximity Sensor, SOFLAM, Tugs, and the new Tracer Dart. The Tracer Dart can also be used to lock onto infantry players. In the Support class, we have Angel, Flak, and Irish. Support is now the medic class and always equipped with defibrillators to revive downed teammates. And playing as support, you get faster draw time with SMGs. The class gadgets are Ammo Crate, Health Crate, Claymore, and Smoke Launcher. Quick bonus tip, the defibs will now be able to deal damage to enemy players as well. With gadgets, previously every specialist being able to choose from an open pool led to a lot of freedom and choice, but that came at the cost of balance of some parts of the game. All the changes to the class system should make the role feel more like previous Battlefield titles, with the goal to bring structure and balance back into the game. There are also changes to the UI, with class icons now showing above soldiers in-game. You can also see what class your teammates are playing by seeing their icon on the scoreboard and in your squad list. Also coming in 3.2 is a Breakaway map rework. Breakaway has now been streamlined and reduced the size to encourage more intensive encounters than you have previously experienced. There has been a number of changes, including a new snow and ice shader that looks great. Flags have been moved to different locations. The oil rig has been moved closer to the action with more ways to assault the oil rig deck. Feedback so far is that it's the best map rework in the game. With the new update, we have some new weapons coming to All Out Warfare. The M39 EMR, a 7.52 adaptable medium-range sniper rifle. The MTAR-21, a 5.56 compact bullpup assault rifle medium-range AR. And the PP-2000, a modern SMG with a 40-round magazine and high rate of fire. Moving on to attachments, a new thermal scope is coming and can be equipped to a number of weapons, including Zane's airburst launcher. The thermal effect will only appear in the scope itself and not the entire screen as seen in past Battlefield games. The thermal scopes will be able to see through smoke and steam in the environment, but they won't be able to see through tactical smoke from gadgets and smoke grenades from players. We'll also be getting a new suppressor called the NVK Box Suppressor. It looks like it's designed for shotguns in close quarters combat. Moving on to vehicles, we've got the active protection system will now be available for the M1A5 and the T28. This will protect the vehicles from rockets for a limited amount of time. The below radar arrives for air vehicles. Flying below 30 meters from the ground will now ensure that you're immune to lock-ons from vehicle-based weaponry. Height limits are also being reduced for helicopters to bring them closer to the ground. With 3.2 being such a huge update, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out in game. I'd expect to see more future updates soon after 3.2 to balance everything out. Let me know what you think about the new update in the comments below. There's a lot more changes still to come. If you'd like to read through the 3.2 patch notes, I'll leave a link in the description. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.